My story really starts back in 8th grade. I had a back surgery in 8th grade, and I was prescribed pain medicine. With that pain medicine, I learned that I liked pain medicine. And then my senior year in high school, I had another back surgery and got the same drugs. That's what really propelled my addiction. And then for the next 20 years, I got stuck in that cycle of addiction. She would call me a lot during the week and be like, well, where's my debit card? Well, I took it out of her purse because I was scraping by to serve myself and do the things that I wanted, even though I couldn't afford them out of my own pay or wallet. The big one was she was going to visit her brother in Kansas. He has Huntington's disease, and it's a really hard trip on her. So basically what happened is I made up a big elaborate story, a big elaborate lie, and told her that I had gotten a job just so I could stay home and do what I wanted to do and party and do those things. That weekend when she was gone, I continued to party by myself, and I used too many drugs and kind of flipped out. Actually, I lost my mind. I felt like these crazy Christians. I think my letter said hello from church camp, most of the time. So I felt definitely out of place. I didn't think God existed. I was standing on what I thought, which was that God wasn't real. So I stood on that for the first month. And at that point in my life, when I was miserable, I was going to make everyone else around me miserable. So I was angry and hateful and loud and miserable. My roommate at one point in time said, "Why are you so mad? What are you mad at? It's all these nice people being really nice to you. Why are you so angry?" And that kind of stuck out with me. I had a break in between classes, and I remember seeing my counselor kind of walking out in the courtyard, and that was abnormal. And then he actually came up to me. He's like, "Hey, Graham, I need to talk to you." And he said, your family called, and I hate to tell you that Mizell has passed away. Mizell is my sister's fiance. My counselor asked me, what I needed after those conversations. And for some reason, the answer to that question was I'd like to go to the chapel. I went to the foot of the cross, and I got down on my knees and I prayed. I prayed for strength, and I prayed for peace and comfort just for my sister and for my family, because I knew that they were all mourning. I did that for like an hour and a half. I was hurting. And so when I was done there, like I said, I didn't know who I was praying to, but I got up and I walked out, and as soon as the door swung open from the chapel, it was apparent that God was real, because the birds were chirping louder than I'd ever heard. The grass was greener than I'd ever seen. The sun was brighter than I'd ever seen it before. So God, it just was very revealing to me of God being real. And I knew right then that I had to chase him, and I had to try to follow Christ for the rest of my life.
Just his mere presence was different than I had ever known. He had a peace about him that I've never experienced. He was just kind of still, he was confident in who he was, and you knew things had changed inside of him. The thing I've learned about Jesus' grace is that no matter what you've done, no matter what situation you've been in, that if you turn to him, he's there with open arms.
Receiving God's grace changes everything. I think it changes your attitude, it changes your outlook changes your motives. I think when you're able to accept that grace, it changes your heart.